So we're covering Pauri 19 today, and we continue on this theme of Asankh, the praise of the divine HuKam. So the last two verses have just focused on the variety of people within creation. This verse now goes even further and doesn't limit itself to people, but just looks at creation and the infinite ways that creation is manifest, and all part of this continuing meditation on the idea of infinity. So the verse begins, Asankh Nav, Asankh Tav. Nav meaning names. Notice here how the spelling of Nav doesn't have an Akhar. So it's names, it's plural. Countless names, countless places. Asankh Nav, Asankh Tav. So remember, we're talking about the creativity of HuKam. HuKam continues to unfold. Creation continues to expand. And the number of beings that it has created and is creating is countless. Countless beings by countless names, Asankh Nav, who live in countless different places. There is no limitation to where life can exist and where life can't exist. Life exists on land, in the sky, in the air, in the water, in the highest peaks of the mountains, in rock, in ice, in deserts. Countless different places do all of these countless beings exist in. And we can take the concept even further. So far, we've only covered this concept of our universe. But for a long time, scientists have been debating this idea of the multiverse, of universes upon universes. When we talk about the Big Bang, that is just describing our universe. But our universe could be one of an infinite number of universes, and that idea is called the multiverse. Guru Nanak Dev Ji already touched upon this idea when we talked about the bull holding up the earth. And Guru Nanak says, Tarti hor, pare hor hor. So all of these are being supported by this one continuous HuKam that's just supporting everything. Asankh Nav, countless names and countless places, Asankh Tav. Agam, Agam, Asankh Lo. So Agam means something that's unreachable, something that is just beyond, inaccessible. Guru says, Agam, Agam, Asankh Lo. The word Lo refers to Lok, which according to Hindu mythology are the several different layers of worlds. In Hindu mythology, they've identified 14 worlds, 14 Lok, which are 7 in the higher realms and 7 in the lower realms. And based on your actions, based on the type of person you are, you may end up in one of these. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying that there are lands upon lands, realms upon realms, places far beyond our imagination, places far beyond our understanding, unreachable by humans, by thought, by action. Agam, Agam, Asankh Lo. We talked about this concept of law before as well. Suniye Deep Lo Patal. So there we talked about, by entering into a state of Suniye, you get an understanding of what the different lands are, the different lok are, the different realms. But what that doesn't mean, and what Guru Nanak Dev Ji here confirms, it doesn't mean that you will know all of the deep, all of the low, all of the patal. You cannot know all of them, because remember, in Hindu mythology, there's the idea that you can calculate all of these, write them all down, and there are granths upon granths that try to list what these are and the qualities of them and how you enter them. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, agam, agam. There are countless realms which are so unreachable, so unfathomable, so unimaginable. And this is part of that infinite creation. So even though Suniya Deep Lo Patal means that you may know about these things, you can never know all of them. You can only have an appreciation for the vastness and the complexity of creation. So Guru Nanak says, rather than 14, there are countless. Asankh lo. Asankh kahai SIR BHAAR HOE. Asankh kahai. By saying asankh, by saying countless, SIR BHAAR HOE, you bring burden on your head. Now this is very interesting. In the last verse, we heard Asankh nindak SIR KARAI BHAAR, that the slanderers and the ones constantly gossiping, the ones constantly insulting others, those countless people who behave in that way, they put weight on their head, they carry burden on their head. But the ones who are simply appreciating the infinity of the universe, Asankh kahai, why are they putting burden on their head? And surely Guru Nanak Dev Ji here has been saying countless, countless, countless. Surely he then implies that he is also, just by saying this meditation, is adding weight and burden to his head. So what is being implied here? That there are so many that even the word countless is insufficient. It goes back to this idea that even by trying to attempt to say something, you fall short. We heard this idea when we were talking about the great state of manne. Manne ki gat kahi na jaye, je ko kahe piche pachtaye. Even by trying to describe, you regret. So here Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, even though I'm saying there's infinite, even by trying to describe it in that way, even that is a limitation. So even trying to discuss this is a burden. Even trying to attempt a description of this is a burden. Even the description of Asankh, countless, is a description nonetheless. That's why Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Asankh kahai SIR BHAAR HOE. So this raises a really interesting question. If even saying infinity is limited, why say anything at all? Why bother? If even infinity as a mantra, Asankh, as a way of meditating, as a way of appreciating, even that is not good enough, why bother? So far, we've seen all of Japji Sahib trying to explain, trying to describe. But as soon as Guru Nanak Dev Ji entered into this Asankh meditation, it is a trance-like state that Guruji has entered. And we said that there was a significant shift in the tone of the Bani. So Guruji is using words as a method of meditation, and he's showing how words and Bani can be the meditation. So it is although as though Guru Nanak Dev Ji is being questioned here, that is your words effective? Is your use of mantra and language? Remember, Guru Nanak Dev Ji has already criticized some of the other techniques right at the beginning. Socha soch na hove, chup hai chup na hove, pukhya pukh na utri, seh syanpa. He's already criticized different methods. So it's almost as though the question is being thrown back at him. Well, if Gurbani is your method, If mantra and words are your method, you yourself acknowledge that your words are limited. Asankh kahai SIR BHAAR HOE. Guru Nanak Dev Ji answers this question, that within these words is the method of maintaining awareness. Remember, what is the purpose that we're trying to do here? Remember the Mool Mantra. There is this oneness. It does all, it creates all, it is beyond past, it is beyond future. And you understand it through the grace of the Guru. But what does the Guru give you? What is the Guru's technique? The Guru's technique is Naam. The Guru's technique is Shabad, is words. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying that if ultimately the goal is to remember and to be aware of this oneness all the time, words is the most effective way to do that. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is responding to this idea that how can words be effective? If Guru Nanak Dev Ji told us right at the beginning, "Kiv Sachiyaar hoe, kiv kure tutte paal, HuKam Rajai chalna." Guru Nanak says that Hukam is his path. Hukam is what Dharam is based on. So if Hukam is the Dharam of Nanak, then Shabad is the practice of Guru Nanak. Words are the method. Words are the religious practices. Words are our ceremonies. The way we demonstrate, the way we practice, the way Guru Nanak recommends is through the use of words. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji now goes on to talk about words itself as a method. Guru says, Akhri naam, Akhri sala. Akhri means, in Punjabi we would say, Akhar de rahi, Akhra de rahi. Through words, by using words. Akhri naam. By using words, we find naam. Because naam, mantra, shabad, is ultimately reliant on language, on words. Akhri naam, Akhri sala. Through words, we are able to praise. Even though God's infinity cannot be described, even though saying infinity, even though saying infinity is limited, we still need words because that's all we have. We need words so we can praise your name. We need words so we can sing your kirtan, sing your praises. So words here aren't being used to calculate the limits of God, as they have been done in the past. When Guru Nanak talks about Asankh Granth, Mukh Ved Path, countless scriptures have been written, countless people are reciting these scriptures with their mouths. But those scriptures have also attempted to write the limit of God, the limit of creation. Guru Nanak Dev Ji admits that here words aren't being used to limit or to quantify the divine. They're simply being used to praise the divine. They're being used for our benefit. You see, the divine doesn't need our words. God doesn't need our words. God doesn't need our prayers. God's been there for much longer than we've been around. What use are humans to the divine? A lot of people have this idea that God wants you to pray. God needs you to do your job properly. God doesn't need anything. The divine is you. What is he going to take from you? The Divine has given everything to you. What do you have to give back? So the Divine doesn't need your words. We need the words. We need Shabad. So words are being used to liberate us, to liberate the masses, not to quantify God, not to reach God in any way. So here Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying Naam, we get Naam from these words. Akhri Naam, Akhri Salah. We get praise from these words. Akhri Gyan, Geet Gunga. Here the word Gyan has an Ankar as well. We get the wisdom, the ultimate wisdom from these words. And we can sing songs. Geet Gunga. Songs can be sung. Singers are singing these songs of praise using words. If you didn't have these words, then how would you sing the praises? So Akhri, words, Gyan, wisdom. Geet means song. It's plural, so it means songs. Gun is plural, doesn't have an ankar. It means praises, virtues. Gah means the ones who are singing. The singers are singing your praises, your songs through these words. And from that, they get Gyan. And singing alone isn't just something to keep us occupied. Within the song itself, we enter into the meditation. Within the words of the song itself, we get liberation. We hear in Gurbani, Lok jane eh geet hai, eh to Brahma vichar. People think that these are just songs, but this is the essence of the divine understanding. Lok jane eh geet hai. People think these are just songs. People think when you come to the Gurdwara, there's just kirtan going on. It isn't the kirtan, it isn't the music, it isn't the vajja, it isn't the tabla. It's the Shabad. It's the vichar, it's the Brahm Gyan that's sitting there. That's what counts. So through words, your wisdom comes. Through words, your praises are being sung.